This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Green Bay Packers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Geis, his first carry of the game. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fitzgerald. Complete. Richardson has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So 15 yards through the air and a first down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
On first down, this is Geis. Fights loose. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Detroit!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. 23 yards on the play. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams with a lucky number 13. Touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. Crosby on now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Off the play fake. Fitzgerald looking long for his tight end read. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll hand it down to Geis. Runs over it, and now running right through it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Fitzgerald, the attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Fitzgerald into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On second down, it's Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 12 yards is the pickup there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against...
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So there you go, partner. How about that?
Oh, that was pretty cool.
That will tie the all-time record set by Matt Prater of the Broncos back in 2013.
And you know, when Prater hit from 64, that was like breaking DiMaggio's streak or breaking the 4-minute mile of Bannister. Tom Dempsey, 63, that was a legendary number. So to top that here, even if it just ties the record, pretty darn awesome.
Detroit! And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. To throw on 2nd down, Fitzgerald. Now he's flushed out left. And his throw here is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Operating from the gun, Fitzgerald. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Kevin King with a pick, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Now it's Ajayi. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
It's caught outright by Graham. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end, Graham. Packer first down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
Rodgers to throw on second down. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to it.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Clay Matthews in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Back to throw. Fitzgerald buying time to his left. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Geis with the carry on second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. No, check, Patriot.
Geis. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there as that one is going to blow up in their faces. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
Detroit!
Throwing on third and long. Fitzgerald steps away to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up first and 10 at the 34. They'll start out on the ground with a Ajayi. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now Rodgers dancing to his left. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That's fine. Yeah.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They go play action here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run with Ajayi. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. And Crosby puts it through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Stays on his feet. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flushed out right. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Nick Perry in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit!
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they had planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing on 1st down. Fitzgerald eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like red.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looking to throw. Fitzgerald, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. To the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
All right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams as time expires in the first half. And the Packers add on to their lead. Crosby with the extra point. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
319.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
They'll go again to Jones. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's got Adams on the hookup. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Packers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
Tell me.
that's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll run with Geis. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, Fitzgerald flush to his right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Looking to throw on second down. Fitzgerald. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off play action. Fitzgerald nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now a run with Geis. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And they're going to face a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up the third down.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman, certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
All
The
right, now,
false
lucky
start
56.
backs him up
Lucky
5.
56.
1st and 15. From the gun, Fitzgerald flushed out right, and this is incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
To throw on second down. Fitzgerald eluding the pressure right. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on third and long. Fitzgerald escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nick Perry. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
I'm just going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt him too much. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a four-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
Let's go.
They run again with a Ajayi. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The Packers on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Rodgers. Able to shake him off. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They start on the ground with Geis, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
That's a nice sizable gain right there, and you've got to give credit to the offensive line because when you're dealing with a 3-4 defense, your job first and foremost on the defensive line is to hold everything up and allow your 4 linebackers to stay clean, as they say, with no blockers on them and run to the ball and make a tackle. But on that play, to get that type of yardage, that means they weren't able to stay that clean and they made the tackle downfield.
And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And taken right on the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. On first down, Rodgers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. This is Ajayi. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Here we go. 58.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Here's Ajayi. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll come out in the pistol. He'll get it up the middle, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw on second down. Fitzgerald. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Redskins on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Fitzgerald. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, the offense will cover this one up back at the 5-yard line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So they held him out on second down, and now here's 3rd and goal. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for Green Bay, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4.